Are you the kind of person who gets bothered by everything that is happening in their life? Do you find yourself stressed, anxious, depressed, and always in worry of what will happen today or tomorrow? Are you the kind of a person who overgives, overshares, overexplains, and you end up giving so much of yourself to the world and you end up depleted because at the end of the day you end up feeling like you don't get the same energy you give to people? Are you always trying to fix situations, people, and everything around you, and you feel like you wish people would also try to fix you the way you try to fix them? Are you the kind of a person who feels like if you get a particular car or a particular house or a particular lifestyle, you'll be happy? So you are constantly ungrateful and feeling sad because you don't feel you've achieved the things that you're supposed to achieve? Are you the kind of a person who, when you get in a relationship and you like someone, you are always anxious and you constantly checking their social profiles, you are constantly checking their messages if they responded, and when you send a message, you feel like they've not replied to you, you get overly emotional? Are you the kind of person who, when you're in a relationship, it's so hard for you to focus on anything else because it paralyzes you and you feel like you constantly worried about this person, so you stalk their social media, you check their statuses, you call them, you double text, you do all those things? Are you that kind of a person? Are you the kind of a person who, when you set a goal or you have a dream or a vision about the future, you get so attached to it to the point that if you do not achieve that kind of a thing, or the life doesn't turn how you want it to be, you end up so depressed or so heartbroken to the point that you cannot do other things because that was your whole expectation that you will succeed and you didn't? Are you that kind of a person? Are you that kind of a person who can get controlled by anyone and anything around you because you do not know how to pause and take a step back and say, hey, I am not going to do this today? Are you that kind of a person who finds yourself overly anxious because you feel you do not have control over anything? If you are that kind of a person, if any of those things describes you, let me not forget this. Are you the kind of a person who finds it so hard to let go, such that you're still holding on to the past and things that happened to you years ago, and as a result it's sabotaging your growth and your future because it takes you so much to let go and forgive? It takes you so much to stop getting bothered by things. Are you that kind of a person? If you are that kind of a person, then this video for today is for you on how to master detachment, how to get detached. And you know why today's video is very special? I think one of the most special videos I'll ever do is that most of those things I've described have been me for the better part of it. Like, this video is just not a video where I am doing and sharing knowledge. It's a video where I've also taken time to reflect. I've only mastered detachment for 1 month now, and I'm still mastering detachment in other areas. So we are actually in this journey together. It's like we are learning together because all those things I've described there probably described me, and now I got to understand how hard can that be because I know what it cost me. Hello online family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brightstar, and this one is just not another star. This one is beautiful, bold, brave, bright, brilliant, and a little extra. Bright by name, bold by purpose. Bright by name, star by nature. Built from grass to grace, rising through scars, and refusing to dim. Online, I am not just Brightstar. I am your online bestie. And here, we laugh, we shine, and we grow together. If you come here for the lessons, for the laughter, or just a little extra, something to brighten your day, you are in the right place. If you've ever dimmed your lights, I hope you find a little bit of it here, because life is too short for you to dim your light. And that is why here, everything will be all things bold, all things Brightstar. On to today's video. What is detachment? Before you understand what detachment is, I think it's very important to understand what attachment is. Attachment is an emotional bond or dependency we develop on things, outcomes, or people. It is where your sense of self-worth, self-esteem, your sense of happiness, and your idea of being happy is attached to something that is external and not within you. Psychology says that attachment mostly is formed by how we related with our parents or caregivers when we were young. However, as you grow, we always say in this channel that as you grow, everything else is your responsibility. So as you grow, it's important for you to learn healthy attachment and unhealthy attachment. Healthy attachment is okay, but unhealthy attachment is what we are talking about here, where you obsess, where you let things control you, where you let things ruin your day, where you're just never happy no matter what happens to you, because you are attached to not who you are as a person, but what is happening around you. On the other hand, detachment is being okay and having some sense of inner peace no matter what is happening around you. People confuse detachment with indifference, which is not true though. Detachment is still being able to care, still being able to show concern, still being able to be there for people, to appreciate things that are happening, to hope for the future, to have hope for the better outcomes. But still at the same time, you tell yourself it's okay. You take a step back, you relax, and you tell yourself, whether I get this thing or not, whether this relationship happens or not, whether my career takes off or not, I am happy with just being me. I am not controlled by external factors happening around me, but I choose to control who I am as a person and appreciate the moment, the now. Detachment is not indifference. While indifference is being cold-hearted, actually detachment helps you to even show love more, to even support more, because you are not constantly worried. You're not suffocating people with your love. I know that sounded good, but you're not suffocating people, you're not suffocating things, you're not holding. Sometimes the best act of care you can give to anything is actually to let it go. And that's where detachment comes in. When you are detached, you're actually able to love more, to actually be there more. You're able to be a better parent, be a better friend, be a better partner, because you are not letting the external things control you, but you are actually being in inner peace with yourself, accepting things how they are. And as a result, you are even more lovable because you have a lot of peace in yourself, and people get attracted to that kind of a thing. Detachment is mastering yourself. And that means a lot of freedom, because if nothing around you can control you or ruin your day or make you feel bad about who you are as a person, that is freedom. That is freedom. Detachment means freedom. Why do we get attached? There are many reasons we get attached to people, places, and outcomes. One, human survival instinct. We crave for closeness, connection, and safety. It's something we got when we were toddlers because we were attached to our parents and our caregivers when we were young. Two, emotional investment. The more we invest our time, our resources, our energy onto something, the more we want to hold on to it because we feel we've done so much or we've given in so much for us to let go. Emotional investment can keep you attached to something that is very unhealthy, that is very toxic, and something that you've already outgrown, but you feel, I've already given too much for me to walk away now. Three, ego and validation. Sometimes you will get attached to a job, a career, a place, or human being because you want to feel important. You know, there are friendships or even relationships that are not good for our souls. They are very toxic. We keep fighting every day. But according to the outside world, they look like if they are the best relationships. So we stay there because our ego tells us, okay, we want to be seen. We want to look as if we made it. Four? Okay. Four. Desire for love and being chosen. We are social beings. We crave to be chosen, to be valued, to be picked. Sometimes we will just stay in situations because we feel if this thing chooses us or if this person picks us, we matter, we belong. We want to be part of something. And that leads us to point number 5, which is the fear of being alone. Sometimes, even if something is very toxic or someone is very toxic, it's actually easier to stay around with them than being alone. We are social beings, as we said, and sometimes we just stay with people or situations or places because we keep on fearing being alone. We feel if we walk away, we cannot do it on ourselves. And sometimes it's actually the people who fed you that in your mind. They tell you, you know what? You cannot do it without me. And you believe them. So you always fear being alone. Explains why some people move from one relationship to another. Relationship ends today, they're in another one tomorrow. Because they cannot be alone. They've not faced themselves as a person. 6, it's hormones. How do you feel when you do a video in social media and it gets thousands of likes? It feels good. It feels good to be seen. It feels good. Like there's some hormones. I am not so good with the word. I do not want to pronounce the word and then say the wrong thing. But there's some hormones that gets produced when we are seen, when we are attached to something, when we are trending in social media, when we are doing things. And lastly, number 7 is hope. Sometimes we stick in places, we stick with some people because we have hope that they'll be better, that they'll treat us better, that if we keep on giving and pouring and giving ourselves, they are going to stay and they are going to be better. Hope can sometimes make you feel attached to a very toxic thing. And sometimes when you end it, you feel like you are so lost because you had hopes. You had hopes that this person or this thing is going to turn out to be the best. And that is why it's very, very important, to stop building scenarios in your mind, because most of the things that you attach to are actually not even real. Most of the people you love and you put on a pedestal and you let them mistreat you and do everything for you, they're actually not real. It's just that you've created this image in your mind and you've put them up here and you keep on hoping that they're going to live up to these standards. But do they? Do they? No, they don't. They actually show you who they really are. But because you've already built something in your mind and you have this hope that they're going to change, you stay there. You stay there. And then you get a taste of pain and betrayal and everything, name it. How do you master detachment? You know, it normally looks very romantic when you say that word, I am detached, detachment. But the moment you try to practice that, the moment you try to master that, it's a time you will know why it is not a skill everybody can practice. And if we are to be fair, for honest, detachment is taught in almost all religions. And it's because it's actually a law of life. But it's so hard to practice it. And you will not know how hard it is until you are hurting and you're breaking. And you still have to discipline yourself. You still have to practice what you've been preaching and decide, okay, I am not going to overexplain. I am not going to fix. I am not going to overdo. I am just going to be and not let the external things affect me. You can actually start mastering detachment if you understand a few things about life. And which things are this? You can understand when you should let people be authentic. Like, let people be themselves. Do not try to force situations. Do not try to force people to be what they are not. Do not try to force outcomes. You just easy and relax and calm, knowing that you cannot force anyone or anything to be what you don't want it to be. You also have to understand that it's okay to be uncertain. Like, uncertainty is part of life. It's just normal. Like, you cannot control everything that will happen to you, no matter what you want. If you actually could, it will be very boring. It will be a very boring life for you to be able to know what will happen tomorrow, what will happen 5 years from now. Uncertainty is part of life. It's what makes life exciting. And you have to be okay with it and embrace it. Like, embrace not knowing what to expect and embrace not wanting to control the outcome, because you know, everything happens for a reason. You have to know that everything happens for a reason. Everything, even the negative things that happen to you. Honestly, when I was younger, I used to think that was just a lie. But now that I'm grown, I was even joking to the person behind the camera today. I was telling her it was a good thing that my hand was like this. It's a good thing that I got this accident. Because as a child growing up, as a teen, I was so attached to my hand, hiding it, not wanting people to see it. faking that I'm okay. I was so attached to what people thought of me. And I actually used to tell myself, if I had my hand, if my hand was okay, I would actually be very successful. I would be a model. I would be a superstar. And that was just unhealthy. That was so much obsession with something that I could not control, that I could not change. And now that I'm growing, I'm like, okay, God, I am glad this happened, because I come from a very broke village. I come from a very poor village. And the only reason that made my brain focus, and I was like, I have to work hard, no kids, no relationship until I'm ready, was because of my hand. I knew if I have to have kids, if I have to get married someday I would actually need to have helpers around me, because I cannot do much physically. And why was I attached? It was unhealthy. I just did not know that everything happens for a reason. And so you should always know everything that has happened to you happened for a reason. A relationship ended, well and good. They taught you a lesson. They showed you some parts of yourself that you needed to work on. Like, it doesn't matter if they cheated, if they did what. If you understand and you put it in your mind that it happens for a reason, then you're going to always know that whatever happens, it teaches you. It will either teach you, or it will either give you a very beautiful experience. Whatever the case, it's a good thing. We never learn sometimes until it's through pain. So if a relationship ended, that's fine. You failed that business, that's all right. I actually remember before I started my business, I was supposed to travel abroad, and something happened here and there. My grandfather was sick, and then I had issues with the embassy. And not really issues, but there was some delays. I was told to go and take a passport photo. By the time I was coming back, they said they've closed. I have to rebook online. And so I did not travel. And that's the day I went to my friend and I learned how to do the business. Now, look, I have a business. I have learned, I've gone through the journey. But at that point when it happened, I used to feel, oh my goodness, why did I miss going abroad? But I needed to be here. Like, God needed me to be in this country. And even right now, if I decide to go abroad, I am okay. I have worked on a few things here and there that God needed me to do. So everything worked for its best, even when it doesn't look like that. There's Steve Jobs. He said all the dots will end up connecting when you are there on the top. So right now, the dots might not connect because you're just working, you're just creating the dots. But one day, when you somewhere up here, you're gonna see that everything worked for your good. Be happy with the present. You have to teach yourself to be happy with what is happening at the moment. The first step of mastering detachment and being self-secure and being at peace with yourself is mastering the art of appreciating what is happening to you at that moment. You know what? I used to think I would be very happy if I become famous. Since I was a child, I was like, okay, fine. I was rejected because of my hand. You know, my mom did not want me. My village, some people made fun of me. My school kids bullied me. My high school and all that. I used to say, my best way of getting back to them was for them to see me in their screens and for me to be famous. And I worked like everything I've done. I always wanted to be famous. But you know what? I may not say I am famous yet, because fame to me is like having like 5 million. I'm not yet at 5 million. But right now I'm at 500,000 in one of the social media platforms and 300,000 in another social media platforms. And oh boy, oh girl, can I tell you that I am so surprised that I achieved that? Like right now, if I walk in a room, people recognize me like, hi Brightstar, we love your fashion. Hi Brightstar, we love your grandparents. Hi Brightstar, we love your cats. Like people just appreciate me. Like people talk about me because how I've built my social media platforms, I've been sharing my journey. So people feel like they know me. Yeah, they do. They know most parts about me. But then they tell me how they love me. But do you know what? It actually gives me anxiety. And I was like, oh my goodness, that did not turn out how I expected. Like, I now actually even prefer sleeping in the office and not being seen in public places. I prefer being in my space, being in my cocoon. And I realized, oh my goodness, I worked so hard to be famous. Now people are starting to recognize me and I'm like, okay, this is not what I want. I'm not sure this is what I want. Or do I want some privacy? You know what I mean? Like sometimes you waste so much time. I wasted so much time. I don't even think I lived as a child. Like, honestly. Like, there was so much, happening with my family and then myself and all that. And then I'm still dreaming of the day I'll be famous and be known. And that is I wasted my time. I should have just been a kid growing up. And you should not do that. You should be happy with the present. Like, don't say if you get this, you'll be happy. If this happens to you, you'll be happy. Because trust you me, I have been there. I have done that. And it has taught me that just one thing. That if you don't be happy with the present, you will not be happy with anything. You'll not be happy if you buy a new phone. You'll not be happy if you buy a new house. You'll not be happy if you buy a new car. I am not saying those things are not important. Of course, if you can afford them, well and good. They make life easier. Anything that makes life easier, embrace it. But they are not the main thing. Like, you just need to appreciate today. Sit down, relax, and say, God, I have pressure of making it. I have pressure of doing this. I have pressure of my boss. I have pressure of my business. I have pressure of my job. I have pressure of so many things. But you know what? I am not going to sit here and start lamenting and start crying because of a future that I'm not even certain I will have. I am going to embrace this moment and say, thank you, God. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for the gift of, clothes. Thank you for the gift of a house, a place I can sleep for my family. When you start appreciating now, you let go. You actually let go of the need to control your outcome. You're like, whether I become, like at this point, I've made peace with that. I'm like, okay, Brightstar, you want 5 million followers? That's fine. But whether you get that or not, you're good. Like, you've gotten 500,000 and you're from wherever you are from. That's like 550 million, like you've worked hard and that is okay. So I'm appreciating the present moment. I am appreciating my grandparents when they're still here. I am not saying, okay, I've not bought my grandparents cars. I've not bought my no, I am able to give them clothes. So I'm appreciating that. And so should you. You will detach, like you will actually learn to let go of fixating on an outcome. And no matter what happens to you, let's say you don't get that job that you're looking for, or your video doesn't get a lot of views, like the way I've done this video, it can't get 2 likes or 2 views. I will not feel bad because I am focusing on the present. I'm focused on creating. Focus on like, what do you want? Like, you want to be here in 1 year, but focus on creating. Like, focus on that present moment, on the things that you have, like on the people that you have. If it's a relationship that you have, focus on those beautiful moments you're sharing. Do not start thinking, hey, they're gonna leave me in future. You don't create problems that are not there. Focus on now and understand every day is a gift. You will never have another day like today. Build your dream life. Start building your life today. What is your dream life? How does it look like? Have it written down and start. Put your head down to focus on there. Get a hobby. Get a talent that you can improve. Get a career. Get a job. Like, just be so busy with yourself, with your life, with whatever it is that God put you in this world to do, such that you will forget obsessing over people. And what do I mean by this? Most of the time, if you're sitting around wondering why someone hasn't texted you, or why they haven't called you, or whether they've checked your message, you are not busy enough. When you're busy enough, you will not care. You will not even notice, because you're going to send them a message and you're going to go on with your life because you have a busy life. You have workout to go to. You have a career to build. You have the classes to attend to. You have things that you're doing for yourself. And in your busy schedule, you only have a little bit of time for these other things. I used to be so worried about people and constantly trying to fix everyone around me. Do you know why? Because I was not doing YouTube at that point. I was not posting on my social media at that point. I was not focusing on my business at that point. The few times I've misbehaved and I've been attached to people or situations, I was not focusing on me. I was focused on them, on fixing them. And then you know what? You end up realizing that people actually will behave how they want to behave. They will not behave because you attach them. They will not see that you've given your whole life, your whole career. They will not care the fact that you've stopped yourself and you've put your dreams and ambitions on hold for them. No, they don't care. They're gonna move on with their life and have this amazing life. Who wouldn't want to have a life or have finances or have resources, but still have another person there who is pushing them and trying to fix that on them? Who wouldn't want that? They're gonna do that to you, and then you're gonna feel depleted, you're gonna get tired. But the moment I flipped, which is like a month ago, I've said this is the first month I'm practicing detachment. The moment I started letting people go and I started like, okay, now Brightstar, it's time you build your dream life. Why are you broke? Why are you not buying a car? Why are you not traveling the world? It's because you're not building your dream life. So you're gonna build that life right now, so that even if you have anyone in your circle, you're gonna have just from a point of, they're your friends, or you do not like crave like for them to fix something in you that is broken. You do not try to build yourself worth through them, but you will be genuine friends. And since I started doing that, honestly, I'm too busy. I do not have time. Like, I actually find some people, that almost sounded rude, but I didn't want to be rude. I am not gonna be rude. I am not gonna be rude. But I find some people disturbing me when they want to meet, because my cup is now full. It's overflowing. So I am building my dream life. Get a life, trust you me. Stop letting people just take you like this, like this. No, stop. Like, get a life, and just know, the more you build your life, the more confident you be, the more you work on yourself, the more you have these big goals that you're working towards, the more confident you will be. And when you become confident, people gravitate towards that. People want someone who is confident in their circle. People will want, the women that are treated the best by men, or men that are treated the best by women, they are not anxiously attached people. They are people who are focusing on their careers, on their goals. And so these people know that even if you're having them in your life, they are actually adding value to you, and you better step up. So if you want people to treat you at a particular point, at a particular level, you're gonna have to focus on your life. And when you do, when you show the world how to treat you, they are going to treat you accordingly. So when you are doing all these things and all this, and even if you get in a relationship, someone's gonna value your time. They're not gonna keep you waiting. They're gonna not respond to your message, because they know. And people can always sense when you don't have a life, when you're not busy. So you're calling them, you're texting them, they're like, okay, so this one is idle. I'm gonna frustrate them. But when you're busy, they're gonna appreciate the time that you fix in your schedule. Because you know what? You're okay without them or not, because you have a life to go to. You have a life to go to first before anything else. Stop expecting a lot from people and trust in God instead. The reason why you're so anxious, the reason why you're depressed, is that you expect people to act as if they are God. People are people. They are going to disappoint you, and you need to put that in your mind. You need to understand that God is the only one who will not disappoint you. God is the only one who can treat you the way you want to be treated. God is the only person who understands what you need, what your expectations, what you want to be, and He will give that to you or not give that to you depending on if that is what He wants you to do. You need to understand that the expectations sometimes you put on people in your life is the reason you are anxious, is the reason you're hurt, because they cannot do that. Stop creating fantasies of people in your head. If someone comes and they have their flaws and they have their weaknesses, accept that. They are just human. Stop expecting them to save you, because that is one of the reasons why you're just depressed. Just know that human beings are going to disappoint you. Let that sink. I'm repeating that again so that it can sink. They are going to disappoint you. And you need to see people for who they are. If they show you who they are the first time, believe them. If you believe this person is supposed to be like a magic person to fix your life, to save your life, you are going to be disappointed, because they cannot. They are also human beings, and they're struggling with their own issues. They're struggling with their own challenges. And sometimes when people are trying to make an impression, or when they're trying to win you over, they are going to put up a show. They are going to act. They are going to try and impress you as much as they can, because, they'll study you. They'll study your habits, especially if you have very high standards. They're going to study you, and they're going to mirror you. So you always have to know that the first few months, people are performing. They are showing you the best. It's like they are trying to compete for something. Like, they have to show their best character, But you need to know to give it time. Like, just be okay with giving it time and knowing that after a while, the mask is going to come off. And the mask might come off in two ways, in a good way, in a bad way. In a good way, you will realize this person might not be as perfect as they were treating me when we started, but they are actually good people, and I can be around them, and I can actually trust them. Or it will come off in a bad way, where you'll realize, oh, that was just a show, and this person does not have any character. So give it time, and stop expecting too much from people. Do not expect too much from anyone. Trust God and ask God to guide you. God is the only person you need to trust too much. You need to ask Him to guide you. You need to ask Him, when someone comes in your life, why are they coming in my life? Like, why did you bring this person, God? Like, what are they here to teach me? Are they here for a good reason or bad reasons? Most of the time, actually not most of the time, but every time I've prayed to God, and I'm like, God, show me a sign whether this friend is a true friend. Show me a sign whether this, is a good deal. it does not even last like a week. God has a way of showing me. But most of the time, I choose to not ask God. And I have to learn the lessons the hard way. So it's from experience this way. Like, learn to trust God and let human beings be human beings. Give a space for error, give up space for disappointment, and you're going to find that is very, very easy for you to detach. Because when I talk about myself and the way like it's only been 1 month since I've detached, it means I've always been attached all my life. Like, I've been, and like I've made I don't even have the words. Like, I'm even sorry because, oh my goodness, the mistakes I've done, they deserve a book. But anyway, when I say like expecting so much from people, I've been that person. You know, when I like people, even as my team members, even as my friends, I show up. I show up and I make sure I show up. Like, I go all out and I give, I give and I give and I give and I give. And then I realized they're not doing the same to me. And what would that lead to me? It would make me so depressed. Like, it would make me, why is this person not calling me the way I call them? Why is this person not texting me the way I text them? Why is this person not, prioritizing me? Even at work, I'm like, I'm giving you everything. I just knew a month ago. Like, I just knew a month ago. Why are you not committing 100% the way I'm committed to you? And it ends up making me feel so disappointed because I am attaching my hope on this person. Like, I have hope on this person and what they'll be. But that's not true. They are human beings. They just need to give space. Like, step back. Like, just be myself, give and support, but also step back and let the person show who they are to me without me expecting them to prove me to be superhuman. Say I know it. And then when it becomes super anxious, I just pray to God. I'm like, God, should I keep this one or should they go? And I think you should actually apply the same. Like, it's actually, it gives you that. Like, you realize, okay, human beings, they will mess up. Like, stop obsessing over them. They're just like you. You make mistakes. You have your own challenges. You might not show. And then another thing, social media is a place where we show our best. So don't also judge people based on their social media. There are a lot of stories behind the scenes that they don't tell you. So yeah, trust in God only and let human beings be. And do not take it personal when they make mistakes, because sometimes it's just not personal. It's just that they're struggling with their own things. Like, they're just struggling with their own things, and you become a casualty of their actions. Sometimes, if someone has cheated on you, most of the time, it doesn't have to do with the fact that you're not a beautiful girl or you're not a beautiful man. It just has to do with the fact that this person is not disciplined enough, or this person is just not, like, they just don't see, like, they're going through their own issues. Like, that's the one way to look at it. Most of the time, it has nothing to do with you. But when you are attached, when you're absorbed, you just make it personal, and then you spiral, and then you break down, and then you cry, and then you lose yourself in the process. While in reality, you did not need to do that. Replace your ego with self-love. You are enough. You are complete just the way you are. You do not need anyone to fix you. You do not need anyone to come in your life and make you feel as if you are loved. You have to know that the first person who should be able to teach the world how to love themselves, the first person who should be able to teach the world how to love you is you. Not anyone else. You are the one who is supposed to lead by example. You're the one who is supposed to love yourself. Pour into yourself. Like, educate yourself. Go for trips. Invest in yourself. Dress nicely. Do all these things for yourself. Knowing that self-love will actually help you not only love yourself, but have other people love you. Like, you are going to teach the world how to treat you. And it's very, very important to just let go of your ego. Stop thinking you're important than anyone, because I think if you're beautiful, if you're talented, if you're gifted, or you have all that, you make the mistake of thinking that you are special than everybody. You make the mistake of thinking that some things cannot just happen to you. They can happen to all these other people, but not you. You make the mistake of thinking that, like, you're just supposed to be treated so well, and no one should be able to wrong you. Wrong. Yes, you're supposed to be treated well, but you're supposed to first treat yourself so well, so that you know what is well. Like, what is well to you. Like, you're supposed to know, like, if someone treats me like this, I have already treated myself like this. I love myself. I pour into myself. I meditate and journal every day. I reframe my thoughts. Like, I do not let any negative things take here. I let it go. Like, I treat myself with so much confidence and so much love. So I am not going to be controlled by the need of being made to feel special by someone else. If they come and they make me special, that's okay. That's very, very okay. We all want people who make us feel special. But if they don't, I trust my own opinion more than I trust yours. I am special to myself. Like, I know that I cannot tolerate nonsense. But if someone does not see my worth like that, if they do not protect me, if they cheat on me, if they lie to me, if they do something wrong, I am humble enough to know that I may be special to myself, but I'm not special to them. And this can actually happen to me. So I am not going to obsess over anyone and how they treated me and then and then feel so bad when they don't. I am going to know why my standards are here, and I'm not going to come down here. Okay? No, you don't do that. Like, your standards are up here, and it's either someone matches them up here, and when they see you up here, if they come here and they misbehave and they cheat on you, it's not about your beauty. If they do something that hurts you, it's not about you, it's about them. Like, your ego will be humble. Like, you'll just know that you're not successful because of something. You're not who you are because you have a nice car, you have a nice house, you have whatever it is, any material thing that you have, you not attach it. Like, it will not make you feel special because you are so secure in who you are. You are in peace with yourself, and you know that if you invest in you and you love yourself, you'll always have the courage to walk away. Because sometimes letting go is not the problem. The problem is making the decision to let go. And if you've invested in yourself so much and you've taken time to know who you are you as a person, to build yourself as a person, it will never be hard to let go. Anything that threatens your peace, anything that makes you cry, anything that makes you feel so bad and spend so much time drained, you will know that God loves you so much. Like, you are a child of God. What do you mean? You are the child of the Most High, and then you are here crying and sticking in situations that are toxic. Why? Because you do not love yourself enough. You think that people should come and fill your cup. No, it doesn't work like that. Forgive your parents and your past. If your father or mother was not present, as a child, you learn to chase them, their approval. You learn to always perform so that you can get seen by them and validated by them. And that is why you are anxious right now. If you try to be close with someone and they do not, text you, they do not call you, or you do not know what to expect, you get super anxious because as a child, you are conditioned to believe that you have to perform. You have to be this and this for you to be approved. But now, remember what we say in this channel. We are grown-ups. And as long as we are grown-ups, we are not going to pin our parents down on anything because, you know what? They were also growing. Sometimes parents are just old in terms of age, but they are also struggling their own issues. And once you understand that, it becomes easier for you to forgive them. It's okay. It doesn't matter the mistakes you've made. Because you do not have your parents, it's fine, but you can detach. You can learn how to master yourself and control yourself. Going forward, you can say, okay, let me look at the past, let me look at the mistakes I've made and see how that shaped me. Like, just look at how painful it has been for you to be attached. Look at how broken you've been. You've been just broken. I do not know how to put it in words, but you've been hurt. Look at how your decisions, and every time you try to attach yourself to someone or something or an outcome, how you got depressed. Like, just look at that and ask yourself, do you want to continue this? Sometimes you have to analyze patterns. What is your past patterns? Like, ask yourself, do you want to be that person who keeps crashing with people, or do you want to love people but also have a space where if things are happening to them, you'll be like, okay, whatever is happening with you right there, it's very okay, but I'm not gonna go down with you because I need to remain whole. Even for me to heal you, even for me to be your friend, I need to remain whole. Like, if you analyze your patterns and forgive them, you are going to know what to work on. You're actually going to know what to work on. And you have to let go of that past mistakes. Whatever happened, whatever mistakes you did, whatever went wrong, you just have to let it go. Like, you just have to tell yourself, okay, I made that mistake. I made that mistake, but I'm not gonna get stuck there. And starting today, I'm gonna treat every day as if it's special. I'm going to wake up today and say, it's a beautiful day. It's a brand new day. It's a day that I'm gonna do other things. And you're going to do whatever it takes. Meditate, write books, and whatever to let go of the past. And also use that pattern to analyze. And while we were saying you need to forgive your parents, once you analyze the past, your past includes even your childhood. How are you? Like, how were you treated as a child? And once that happens, you are going to let go of the expectations of you and the realities of you. Like, you're going to say, okay, dad, mom, they have their own opinion, or my guardians have their opinions of me, but that performance kid, that no longer me. And you're gonna have to start out showing who you are. Like, you're gonna have to have confidence to start finding who you are. And if you don't know who you are, it's okay. It's okay. I was even wondering the other day whether I know who I am. I realized I don't know who I am. It's the time I'm doing, and that's why this video is gonna be one of the I think the longest I'll ever do. Like, I've given it my all because it's also for me. Like, it's okay. It's okay for you. I always wanted to get approval from my grandfather. He was a no-nonsense man. He was very detached and very distant. And so as a child, I learned how to perform, like, get this mind. And until today, I'm performing. I get him gifts. I buy him clothes. I do all these things for him. But then I realized I have a tendency of having crushes on people who are not available. Like, not really much, but they'll be there for me, but they'll make me scared. Like, I'm like, okay, that's a man now. He's making me scared because my grandfather made me scared. And I'm looking at it like, Brightstar, is that even healthy? Is that even healthy? Like, all the crushes I've had of many crushes. Like, the people I'm like really, really like, I think there are three crushes. So all the three of them are people who used to scare me, like, the hell out of me. Like, they're like, hey, they call and I'm like, okay, that small girl that my grandfather used to be, I become that girl. Like, I want men who are like men, like the ones who are not afraid of me. And I'm like, is it safe? Or do I just need to heal because I always used to be afraid of my grandfather. So I'm attracted to that. Is that love really? So you have to understand those patterns. And now start asking yourself, who are you? So now, right now, I'm excited to find myself. I'm like, okay, do I really like men who excite me? Like, do I really like men who are tough? Or I just like the ones who are soft? It's just that now, the attachment I have is a man who was very tough. Anyway, so you have to ask yourself those questions. I have made fun of it, but it's not something to joke about, okay? Like, you have to forgive. Like, forgive your parents. Know that they were also going through their own stuff. And also know that no one is responsible for building your dream life. No one is responsible for teaching you things. That is why you're watching this video. You're actually watching this video because you want to learn how to detach. So your parents cannot teach you how to detach. No, they want you dependent on them and them controlling you. Once you detach, you become powerful. You get your power, you get your freedom. So sometimes you just have to decide for yourself. You're forgiving your parents, okay? It doesn't matter what they did. You are a grown-up now. You're going to be a parent very soon if you're not one. Or even if you won't be a parent, I'm sure you're a parent to your pet or something. Like kids, you know those things. So you're going to forgive them. And you're going to forgive yourself. And you're going to move on from that. And all the mistakes you've made and all the mistakes they did with your life. And build your dream life by detaching. Build self-awareness and accept what you can't control. Sometimes everything that you'll ever do will start with self-awareness. You have to ask yourself questions now. Like, sit down with yourself, a book or a journal or whatever, and write down. Like, ask yourself, what is it that has hurt you? And also accept that these things have hurt you. Accept that being so obsessed with people and attached to them has actually hurt you. Like, stop pretending. Stop distracting yourself with work. Stop just acting as if it's not there. It has happened. Like, you've been making mistakes and you have a pattern and you want to fix this pattern, and you have to be first aware that this has happened to you and now you need to change it. Like, ask yourself questions. Ask yourself, why did I attach myself to this thing? Why did it hurt me so much? Why did this mean so much? Why did this job mean so much? Why did this career mean so much? Why did the rejection feel like if I had lost my identity? Why? It always starts with why. Once you build that self-awareness, who you are, what is it, why it hurts you, and accept and stop being in denial, you then accept what you cannot change. Like, you decide this, okay, I've made mistakes. It's fine. But you stop forcing outcomes. You stop forcing people to be something they're not. You stop expecting people to act according to your whatever you've built in here. Anyway, I have a lot of information today, so don't forgive me if I keep forgetting. But anyway, yeah, you have to accept. You're like, okay, you know what? It hurts me. I made this mistake. I have messed it. But you know what? I accept I cannot change this. I cannot change what I did in the past, but I can change what happened in the future. And once you do that, once you start now accepting and knowing this, you can change this, you can change. Have a list. You can have a list of the things you can change. Detachment is in different places. It can be at work, it can be at home, it can be, different places. Ask yourself, what is it that can I change? Can I change my job? If not, I cannot change my job, and I need this job for survival before I build something for myself, then just act nicely around that place. Like, just detach and don't let anyone ruin your day at all. Like, you're just like, okay, whatever they do, it's your own things, and you don't let them ruin your day, but you keep your job. Or if it's your spouse, can I replace this person? Or do I feel I cannot replace because you have 5 kids? Anyway, that's okay. So maybe you don't even have kids, but ask, if you're gonna replace this person, then replace them. If you can't replace them, then act unbothered. Like, you just ask yourself, what is it that you're replacing? What is it that you're changing? And what is it that you're keeping? So, and you accept the things that you cannot change and say, God, this is your will. And I accept that I cannot change this. And then you change the things that you need to change. Like, you will find so much peace if you just do that. Like, you realize this relationship is not working for me, I am letting it go. Or this job is not working for me, but I need to keep it, so I'm gonna act accordingly. Like, that is very, very powerful. Like, you stop now being controlled by things around you. Like, you already know what hurts you, you already know what has broken you in the past, you already know everything. So you have data. Like, life is data. Like, you have data in your hands, and you now know how to act accordingly. Like, you do not let yourself be controlled. Yeah. Set healthy boundaries. Once you process everything, like, you understand this happened and the pain stops being so much, you've accepted, we're from awareness, and you've from accepting what we can't change. So once you've processed everything, it's now time for you to create boundaries. Like, you have to learn how to create boundaries. You can never change anything if you don't have boundaries. So you start moving differently. You realize that no, it's a complete statement. You do not have to send a 10 essay for you to tell someone no. It's just no, I'm not in a position to do that. Or no, like, can you help me this? No. Can you do this for me? No. Can you do this? No. Like, no is a full statement. You do not need to put all these emojis and try to dilute your statement. It's a no, and it's a no, and you stop feeling bad about it. You stop feeling guilty. You stop feeling as if, like, you are heartless or you are not being kind. You understand that for you to fill the world, you have to fill your cup. And for you to fill your cup, there are gonna be some time where you just detach from people and separate yourself and have boundaries so that you can invest in you. You fill yourself with activities so that you can also pour back to them. You start putting boundaries in place. You say, you start knowing what you can't take. Like, you start saying, if it's social media, I am not going to read comments. If it's social media, if this and this hurts me, if it makes me feel left out, I am not going to do that. Myself, I have had a very strong boundaries in social media. Like, when I started social media, I was under so much pressure. It used to make me feel I'm failing because I'm seeing people traveling. I've never traveled. Like, I've only been to one country. With my big age, I've never traveled, and so I kept feeling, people are traveling, people are doing this, people are doing this, people are doing this, and I was like, okay, I'm blocking this and I'm muting this. And since that day, I do not check stories, I do not follow, like, I do not just check people. Like, I decided I was going to work on myself first, and if being on social media made me feel some type of a way, I'm checking out. And you can do that not just with social media, with your relationship, with your friendships, with your jobs. You can decide, okay, I'm going to work so hard on this business. I'm going to build this business. But I'm going to put a boundary in that if it doesn't work out, it doesn't mean I failed. It just means I've tried something that doesn't work and I'm going to try something else next time. Like, you separate yourself from all these things and realize the boundary that you need is just to know, like, no, it's okay, I've not failed. No, I cannot do this. No. Like, once you build boundaries, you stop obsessing, you stop crashing, people stop going down with hill, because you understand whatever decisions they make and whatever mistakes they've made, you do not have to save them. You do not have to over-explain. You do not have to fix them. It's all right for you to have boundaries. Someone can be going through something and then you decide to just sit down and just do a YouTube video. Like, you can just decide to have your life going on and not be trapped in what is happening around here. And that is, it will take you a lot. I am learning that now, and I know it's very difficult. Like, even today, before I did this video, I saw a friend calling me. She called me yesterday night. I was preparing for this video. She called me yesterday. I was like, okay, if I pick this call, I'm going to be distracted. I'm going to talk for 2 hours, so I'm not going to pick this call. And then today again, she called me again, and I was like, okay, it's 7. I'm not going to have this conversation again. So that's a boundary. I've put a boundary. Like, if I'm doing YouTube, like, if I need to be serious with YouTube and have a video every day, then I'm going to have boundaries with even my friends. Like, she's my closest friend. But I have to, like, call her back once I'm done, because once she distracts me, I'm not able to give things to the world, and then now we are all going to go down together. I better now separate myself and build something, and then I can learn something or two and then teach her. You see, you understand? Like, you can always put boundaries with people so that you focus on you, because at the end of the day, you'll always have you. People can always leave. They can always leave you. They can always not see your worth, but you're gonna have you. So invest in you. Like, love yourself and have boundaries. Trust the process and start practicing detachment in small steps. You have to understand that everything that was meant for you will be for you. Trust God. Like, trust God. It doesn't matter the religion you are from. You have a God that you believe in. That one is the one you need to trust. You need to trust that He will bring you everything that you need and take everything that you don't need. You have to believe that everything that was meant for you, the universe is always going to give it to you. It doesn't matter how long it takes, you're going to always get it. And once you put that in your mind, you're going to trust the process. You're going to stop being anxious and overthinking and feeling, okay, I cannot do this. Okay, this I'm going to fail. Okay, no, you trust whatever that is meant for you will be for you, and it will be for you the right time. And while at that, you now start practicing detachment in small things. You know, sometimes the reason why people fail in detachment, do you know why? They fail in detachment because you want to go from being an overgiver, an oversharer, an overlover. Okay, there's nothing like that, but we can always overlook some of these words, you know. You understand the point. But you want to move from this person who was constantly overdoing things to someone who does nothing. That doesn't work. It has to be step by step. Like, for you to move from here to get here, you have to move step by step. Like, you have to, like, today you practice just a small thing. Like, detachment should be a small process. It should not be something that you do overnight and then you think it's overnight. Even success is not overnight. Anything you do is not overnight. A baby does not grow overnight. You do not build a business overnight. You do not become famous overnight. Everything is a step, and so is detachment. And so now, what are some of the smallest steps that you can start? You can start by putting your phone away. You can say, today I'm not going to check my social media for like 2 hours. That's enough. If you're constantly always scrolling on social media and you're anxious, you're checking what everyone is doing and you're depressed, then that's a good step to start. Say, today I'm not doing 2 hours, tomorrow 2 hours and a half. And that will help you feel so good. The moment you hit that target, it's going to be hard, of course. As we said when we're starting, it's discipline. It's not like it's handed over to you. So it's going to be hard, but you practice it. And then you move from your phone. You declutter your clothes. So your small clothes. Oh, I am a victim of that. Your small clothes. Don't have so many clothes. Like, declutter them. Like, don't be attached to them and you're like, okay, I want to, keep this outfit because someone gave it to me. Someone gave it to you, so pass it forward. Like, start with your clothes. And then once you start, you do with your clothes, small things like shoes, you give them you declutter your home, then you can move on to bigger things now. That's people. You stop, you stop chasing people, chasing love, having, calling people constantly, checking if they're online, doing all those things. You stop doing that step by step, remember, not once. You stop doing that. And then you start understanding that it's okay. If they are for me, they're going to come to me. If they're not for me, bye-bye. If they're not for me, here you go. Like, I will. God will give me something better. So you stop chasing people. You stop chasing validation and likes. You post whatever it is that you want to post, and not because someone has said you posted or you're chasing likes. You stop going for trends. You just start posting what is it that you want to post, and be okay with your 2 likes. It's okay to get 2 likes. Those are 2 people. Do you know how beautiful it feels when 2 people like you? It's a lot. Like, that's 2. We're only supposed to be liked by 1. So you're liked by 2 people on social media, and you don't think it's important. Why? Because why? Like, you need to start appreciating those small likes, actually, and those small views. Like, you detach slowly by slowly. Like, you just, whatever it is that you valued, if it's your work, and you're carrying work at home, and you don't have time for your kids, you don't have time for your family, you don't have time for everyone, you start carrying work at home less and less. Like, today you decide you'll carry only a little bit. Tomorrow, until sometime you stop carrying your work. If it's your team members that you're obsessed with, I am a victim of it. I was obsessed with changing people and changing my team members. You start now letting people be and accepting who they are instead of trying to fix them. One of the biggest mistakes I made in business was trying to grow with everyone. And now you start making peace with the fact that, okay, you are not supposed to come with me. You are meant to stay there. and I'm supposed to go here. So goodbye. Oh, just remain there, but then I'm gonna go here. You see, you stop wanting to take everyone with you. You stop wanting to help everyone first without helping yourself. So the small changes, like you stop helping everyone first. Like, why are you not helping yourself? When was the last time you bought yourself a gift? When was the last time you walked in a shoe shop and said, okay, today I'm buying myself a shoe, or I'm buying myself a sweet, or I'm buying myself a lollipop, or something, just small something, or perfume, or clothes? When was the last time you did that? But you have so much to give everyone, so you start again reframing that. You start again rebuilding that relationship with yourself. Remember, you start teaching yourself to say, okay, it's okay if I have 1,000, I'm gonna give 200 shillings to myself, and then this rest I can divide to other people. Like, you have to put yourself in the budget, and that's not something you've been doing, because if you learned to attach yourself as a child, it means you're not taught boundaries and all those kind of things. And finally, with the small steps, you reframe love and what love is to you. And this is the thing: if someone is not acting right, you can reframe it in your mind and tell yourself, okay, they're not acting right because they're going through something. I think I mentioned that before. You can reframe what love is. Like, you can just decide something that is not working and understand their perspective. Like, if a friend has a habit of always draining you, you can reframe that, and you're like, okay, I also allow myself, so I'm gonna limit my time with this person, and I'm gonna be, accessible when I have time for them. Like, you start looking at what you yourself can do, your reaction, the things you can do. You stop looking at what they are doing. Like, you start looking at your reaction. You reframe everything, and step by step, you will be detached. And then a year from now, or even maybe 3 months from now, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror like, who is this guy? Who is this man? You're just gonna wonder, how did you become so powerful? How did you become so free? Like, how comes you are now free from people's opinions, people's expectations? How comes you're free from everything and you feel so much in peace with yourself? You're gonna wonder that if you practice that. But as we said, practicing is hard. You have to be disciplined. Now that you know the steps that you can do to master detachment, let's talk about some examples of detachment. What are some examples of detachment? There are several of them, and it's important you understand so that you know there are different areas. And the fact that you've mastered one area, it doesn't mean you'll master all of them. It has to be daily work and consistency. And the first type of attachment is mental detachment. You detach from negative thoughts, overthinking, and old beliefs and patterns. Instead of thinking about what will go wrong or what happened or what, how you will fail and stuff like that, you step back and you say, I am focusing on positive thinking today. And you get into words of affirmation. You remind yourself that good things are going to happen. Emotional attachment. You learn to stop having overwhelming feelings like fear, jealousy, or obsession. Anytime it happens to you, you step back. And this is not about being numb or just not being caring. No. It's actually being self-aware and letting it not consume you or break you. Relationship detachment. You detach from the people you love, your friends, your family, and everyone around in your circle. It does not mean you don't love them. You actually love them so much, but you stop clinging to them. You stop trying to control the outcome, and you just let them be. You stop texting them after every 10 to 20 minutes. You stop looking for assurance. You just, step back and let them love you, and you will love them back, but you're not obsessing, and you're not clinging, and you're not making them suffocate with your presence. You just be okay with them doing whatever they want, knowing that people will always end up doing what they want, and you cannot change anything though. You can only change yourself. Material detachment. You detach from being controlled by money, fame, possessions, status, or anything that can fit in the material description. You understand it's okay for you to have them, so you will have the freedom to enjoy them without losing yourself or getting broken if you lose them in the process. You understand that if you can build this, you've used your brain to build this, and you've gotten this, and God has blessed you with it, He can always give you more of that. And so you enjoy things without you attaching yourself to them. You detach. You're like, okay, I'm taking a step back, And I'm enjoying all these things because they make my life easier, but my worth and my identity is not in them. I will still be able to move on forward if I wake up tomorrow and find myself without these things. Outcome detachment. You detach from your obsession with results. It does not mean you don't work hard. No, 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 no. You work hard. You give your all 100% every day. But it means you are not really obsessed with how the results will be. You are not going to be tied down by whether you succeed on that one thing or not. You can apply for a job or start a business, but if it doesn't work out, well and good. You are not attached to the outcome. You will let it go knowing that you did your best, and it will not crumble you such that you will not be able to ever rise again if things go down with you. Like, outcomes you control, you detach from expecting too much. Okay, fine, I'm giving my all. Whether it works or not, I'm good. Spiritual detachment. You detach from wanting to achieve everything by yourself, and you let God and the universe do it for you. You let go of your ego and surrender. You know what? Whatever God has made for me will be for me, and whatever I want to achieve, the universe will conspire to bring it to me. The ego, you put down the ego and you detach from your ego to surrender to God's will and to the universe's will. Social detachment. Detach from external validation such as likes, comments, followers, and all those things that give you dopamine and make you feel excited. You understand that it's okay. I can actually do videos because I love doing videos. I can do content because I love doing content. But you're not chasing the likes. You're not chasing the validation. You are okay. And this is especially good for creators. Like, you understand that, okay, I am detached. I'm stepping back. I am going to release content. Whether I get likes or not, that's not what drives me. Because I am detached. And I am okay with whatever happens around. I'm releasing content because I am talented. I am gifted. And I have what it takes to be out here. But I am not doing it for likes. And I will be okay without those likes. And I'll keep posting every day. You do not crumble if you do not get the social approval. Some of the benefits of detachment include inner peace, mental clarity, healthier relationships, freedom from fear and anxiety. There are so many benefits of detaching. I can only mention a few, but just to add on to what I've said, there is emotional strength, there is growth and independence, and also you have trust and faith in things that you understand that life isn't just about you. I feel like a lecturer today, like I did a whole research and I had so much to say. And even for myself, like, this video is dedicated to me. And of course to you who is watching this. But I feel I've learned so much and I'm gonna also do better. And before I even come to the end of the video, let me say some of the things that I noticed. Some of the most asked questions about detachment online. One is, how long does it take to master detachment? It depends with you as a person. Remember, we say this is commitment. Just like different students learn at different time and people catch up in different things at different timelines, it's the same as detachment. It's going to depend on your commitment and how fast are you going to learn and how fast are you willing to let go. So it has different timelines. Some days you might feel like you've detached one area. Tomorrow you wake up and find, okay, I am struggling in this area. So it's a continuous learning process. It's not like you can say one day, okay, I'm 100% detached. No, you have to constantly keep on reinventing yourself and learning. The other question I saw was, is detachment the same as indifference? No. That's a misconception, and I think no wonder a lot of people fight it when you say you want to detach or you're detached. Remember, detachment has love involved. You love, you care, you're just not letting things drain you or drone with you. But indifference is no love, so that's a difference. So detachment is actually powerful. Can you love fully and commit yourself if you are detached? The answer is 100% right. Actually, if you get love from someone who is detached, you will never go back to those confusion and those fights and all those things. You will never do that, because you will realize love from a detached point of view is very beautiful. Like, it's yeah, there are no chaos, there are no fights. Like, it's actually even more real and more genuine, because you're not desperate, you're not trying to suffocate people, you are actually being okay with just being you. So yes, you can love 100% and you can commit yourself with being detached. You love them fully. The only thing is you don't let them drone you in case they want to. So that is very powerful. The other question I saw is, let me remember, I've forgotten. Does detachment kill ambition? The answer is no. You're actually able to work hard. You're able to give yourself 100% and commit yourself to doing things, but you are not attached to results. So whatever happens, you're always able to build something else. It actually saves your ambition, because if you're over ambitious and then things go south and you're not detached, you end up draining and you never recover from it. And lastly, what do you think is the last question? If you have a question about detachment, please write it there. But the last question is, how do I detach from co-workers and people, my family, people that I'm still living with? You do that through emotional boundaries. So you train your emotions to be, detached. Your emotions can be detached, but you can't do it physically, because if it's your work, you're gonna have to interact with them every day. So you are gonna have to know when it's physical detachment and when it's emotional detachment. Most of the time, it's actually just emotional. So you can do this. You can do this. What question do you have about detachment? This video wouldn't be complete without I telling you my personal experience with detachment. It has only been 1 month. Only 1 month. It's actually like 2-3 weeks. Like, it's not 1 month complete. But this 1 month, I've been more calmer. I've been more relaxed. I've had more clarity. I've had more growth. I am performing better. I have had enough sleep. I am not stressed. I'm not anxious. I'm not trying to fix people. I'm not trying to fix things. I'm not trying to fix outcomes. And this is the best I've ever been. And I'm wondering why I did not know this long ago. But it's okay. It's a learning process. We learn and we are going to learn together. And I'm so grateful that you've come to this point. If you've come to this point of this video, it means you really needed, you needed detachment. And it's not just for you. It's also a learning experience with me. Some of my experiences with detachment, I gave the one for my hand when I was younger. I was so attached to my hand being fixed. But then as I grew up, I've let go. Whether it gets fixed or not, I am cool. Like, okay, you do not mess me. Like, all this beauty, then you mess me? No. Like, I'm detached from you. Like, you see that? You're an accessory. Everyone who sees my video has to remember me. So I have been detached from my hand, which took some time. Years, actually. It almost ruined my childhood because I was always depressed about it. I wanted my hand to be fixed and to be okay. Then there was detachment with my mom. Yeah, like, for those who don't know the story, my mom left when I was 3 months. I've been raised by my grandparents. And as a child, I actually detached, not really detached, but I would act as if she doesn't exist, which was so wrong, because as we said, you have to be aware, you have to accept it happened. So for the longest time, I had not accepted it had happened. I would say she's there. I would just bury my pain. And you know what happens is that when someone brings her up, even if I don't cry in the presence of that person, I'm going to cry in the washroom. And so I realized, until you heal, until you face it, until you accept it, and then you decide they're not going to drag you, you have not healed. So what did I do? I healed myself. Like, I watched stories. I lived with girls who were pregnant just to understand how pregnancy goes. Like, I did a lot of work, inner work. And yeah, a year ago, I reached out to her. I forgave her, and now we are okay. We are not that close, of course. No, like, we don't have a relationship at all. But I have healed from it, and even if she does something that makes me hurt or make me feel bad, I do not drag with it. We are building our relationship, baby steps, baby step, baby step, baby step. But I am not drawn. I am free from whatever she did. I am just she was just a girl. She's just a teen. She had a baby when she was a baby. So it's okay. But I'm also detached. Whether we ever become friends or not, I have made peace with it. I had to get detached from my dad. That's still like, I wish I got detached from him after knowing him, but I don't know who my dad is. So because I don't know who my dad is, I grew up expecting, like, especially when I was in high school, I really wanted my dad to show up. I was like, my dad will show up and he will love me, because my mom did not love me, my dad is gonna love me. And I had so much high expectations. I would write him letters. I would just, oh my goodness, I was attached to my dad coming, like the outcome of him coming. And I always used to hope that he would have, sorry about that, someone was calling. Okay, let me just put it. Yeah. I always used to hope that, sorry, I'm distracted. Anyway, I always used to hope that he will come up and he will have, just boys. Maybe he got another family, and I'll be the only girl, and then he will love me. And until today, my dad has never showed up. I do not know that man. I do not know how he looks like. I don't know if he's dead or if he's alive, and I don't know. But with time, I've just got detached myself from it. Like, I've decided, okay, you man, I do not know you, and I'm your daughter, and you did that to me, and you never showed up. It's okay. I've let go. So I've stopped being obsessed with the outcome of meeting my dad and it going well. What if I met him and he rejected me? Like, you look at it from the both points. You're like, okay, God, you're protecting me. I don't know why I never met my dad. Because even when I met my mom at some point, I was like, okay, cool, God. My mom is not what I thought she'll be. Like, she's not the most pleasant person to be around, like my grandma. And I was like, God was protecting me. So I've also let know that the universe took away my parents to protect me. I also had to detach with, a lot of things. A lot of things. This will need a whole video by itself. But recently, the one that I did recently most was detaching myself from my team members. I have a business, okay? So I have team members, some employees, and I was really attached to some of them and their story. The way you're like, this one reflects my journey. I came to Nairobi when I was alone. I'm trying to build by myself, so I'm understanding them. And especially one of them, Tahi, I kept feeling like we share the same story and we had, like similarities. So I needed to protect him. I needed to, care for him, and I did a lot just to try save him. But he will always go and do the opposite, and it will drain me because I kept feeling, okay, you come from this background. Why can't you understand that people like us are not allowed to mess up? Like, why can't you understand? But then I realized I understand that because my pain was my pain, and we might have the similar backgrounds, but I cannot be stuck in that story. And I let it go. So that was like the one that I had to like really, really learn, because for this person, I would have done it, but I would do, try support this person, then they don't show up at work, they have stories outside, they've taken something from office. Like, there was a lot of nonsense that was going around there, and it taught me like, okay, fine, just because they share a story with you doesn't mean that you need to carry them in your door. And now I let go. Even right now with everyone, I've let everyone be, because you see, when you're trying to protect someone and you're trying to like protect them, advise them, and do all those things, it's because it's coming from your own need. Like, you wish someone did that to you, but then you project it to them, but doesn't mean they will appreciate it. Sometimes people just think they're suffocated. So that's what I had to learn. And I have learned to let people make their own mistakes, carry their own traumas. I do not have to protect you just because I went through struggles. Like, it's okay. I will not fix you. You learn. You learn. If you come to me for advice, fine. But if you don't, then also learn. And the other detachment I had to learn. This one is personal. I think I said it. But I had a crush, and he was from US. Yeah, like, there's a time I went for business training. Yeah, this girl has only traveled to the USA. You know how favored I am. My first trip ever, and I went to United States. Do you know? Anyway, so I said, I had to detach myself. We were like long distance, and I do not want to go into details. I think I mentioned about it when I was talking about my grandfather. But I had to like detach him. Like, okay, I may never meet this person. I may never talk to this person again, and it's okay if we never end up together. Like, that one was draining. Like, the way you meet someone and then they make you feel like they're your soulmate, and then they treat you so well, and you're like, okay, this one, I want to marry this one. I was trying to control the outcome. I was like, okay, cool. But then we're in different continents. So I made peace. I was like, if we were meant to be, we're gonna be brought together. If we were not meant to be, I am glad our paths crossed, because, he was a good person to me. And I've had to learn detachment for my cats as well. I'm very attached to my cats. They're my lifeline. But right now they're living with my grandma, which is the most difficult decision I've ever had to make. But I've also learned to be okay when my cats are with my grandma. Like, I know it's okay. It's fine. They're with her. It's fine. It's all right. Like, it's okay. Like, nothing can go wrong. I've also had to do a detachment for my business. Last year I was going down. Like, emotionally, I was drained. I was going through tough times. Actually, that's what inspired me to want to start this channel. But I was going through so much tough times, and when I finally hit, which is this month, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm starting again, and I'm going to rebuild my life, and this time I'm gonna move differently. Like, I'm gonna move differently. I know the lessons. I know what I've done wrong. I'm gonna be, I'm not held by the past. I am moving differently from my lessons, and I'm doing this. It just hit me. I was like, okay, I was attached to my business so much. I kept worrying that we will not have work and we are going to close down. Whenever there would be stuff that is happening in my country, would just, there are fights, I would feel okay. okay, this is it, I'm going down, I'm going to be embarrassed, I'm going to lose the business, the team, what will the team do if we don't get clients? But why have I been obsessed with my business? Yet God has always been protecting us. Like, I can tell you, there's no single day that my team went without work. That's God's favor. Like, the universe is still giving me enough work. It might not be the work that I want to like blow up and have this big business and stuff, but it's enough. Like, God is giving me enough for the day, and I should focus on that. And that's helped me stop being anxious. And now I'm able to sleep because I'm like, okay, whether we get clients or not, God is in control. And trust you me, He always makes sure there is clients for every day. And yeah, you see, there are a lot of things I've had to detach. That's what I'm saying. I'm in this journey, and I've also had to detach from my social media expectations. Like, I've always wanted to go viral and do stuff, and then I've built that, and I'm like, okay, fine, I actually like my life in private. That's why I'm recording from here. You see this background? Like, I do not want to go outside. I get anxious when I'm outside, but I've let go of my social media, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep creating content, but I am okay. I am okay whether I go viral or not. I'm going to do the content that I love and not chase likes and trends. We have come to the end of our today video, and I hope you learned something today from this, my online family. I care for you so much, about your growth, about your progress. Like, I know how hard it is to build something, and that's why I sat down a whole day and researched that video for you. I hope you picked at least one thing or two, and if you did, please share with us what lesson you learned down here. And remember, your light is your light. We said we should pause a little bit and get some clarity. So, remember, you are born to shine. You have a star within you that should actually be reignited and to make it bold and bright. And no one should ever dim your light. I hope you ever remember that. And detachment is one way of ensuring that no one in this world dims your light. Because how many times have your light been dimmed? How many times have your light been dimmed? I know so many. Because you have a good heart. You care deeply. You show concern. But that's not how the world works. So master detachment so that we can be able to protect that bright star that is within you. Remember, all things bold, all things bright star. We have to protect your star. You have to stop dimming your star because you keep on quickly rushing to save people. You keep on quickly rushing to overgiving. You keep on quickly rushing to do things. No, going forward, you're gonna take a step back. You gotta always breathe. You gotta always put your chin up, and you gotta focus. And I saw this interview where this guy was giving an example that he used to work as a commander, I think, and he was a junior commander, and he stepped a step back. Like, he stepped a step back when he was, he was with his team members and he was new. And when he stepped back, he gave a call that was supposed to be given, and he thought he would be reprimanded because he was new. But later on, his boss told him that was well done. And he says the reason he did that is that he took a step back, and then when he did, it broadened his wide, like, horizon. He was able to see a bigger picture and a clear picture, and that taught him the importance of detaching. And then from then, he started acting from a detachment point. Like, that one experience in the field taught him everything that he needed to know. And I think that's very powerful. And he says he stepped back, and from there he would always step back. Even when he has some businesses that he's running, he has several businesses, he just sits down and listen. He's not the one who is giving the talks. He's always detached, and that way, as a leader, he is always able to lead and control everyone, because that's the power. And I want you to do that. I want you to be a leader. I want you to be powerful. Be a business leader. Be a politician. Be a singer. Be a dancer. Be a content creator. Whatever it is that you want to be. Be that. Be that. And you cannot be that if you don't master detachment. It was nice having you today, and see you in my next video.